Good morning, everyone. Here's your weather hazard briefing for Saturday, May 29th. It's going to be warm and mostly dry for this Memorial Day weekend. The trend that we've been seeing for maybe a few thunderstorms continues to drop across far eastern areas along the Wyoming border, but there still could be a few tomorrow. Otherwise, high pressure will build and hold through the middle part of next week, and the big question is just how warm will it get before that pattern changes by the time we get to Thursday. It may hold off till Friday, but at least by the end of next week, we will see a change coming our way. Satellite loop this morning, our low that's been around, the second one has moved on to the east. We have a big area of low pressure out here in the Pacific, but high pressure is beginning to build to our west, and that will slowly shift over us for in the next few days. We'll continue at least initially with northwest flow over the area. That doesn't mean it's going to keep us cool. It's just going to slow down the warming trend we're seeing until we get the center of the ridge closer to us by the time we get towards the middle part of next week. The weather and impacts outlook matrix, there's really nothing going on. Even with that risk of a few showers and thunderstorms tomorrow along the Wyoming border, things should be okay. We're not looking at any major impacts. Now, this is a pattern that will likely cause fire conditions to increase. It's something we'll be watching as it warms and dries out over the next few days, especially at lower elevations. Otherwise, let's take a look at where the pattern is going to take us over the next few days. And you'll notice that we do have that back end of that storm moving out. We have high pressure trying to build. We go into tomorrow. You see this little bitty wave moving through tomorrow morning. By tomorrow afternoon, it will be over into Wyoming, extending back into northern parts of Utah. That's why we still think there might be a few showers and thunderstorms from around Palisades back down towards the Bear Lake area, mainly over the higher elevations. It could drift over some of the valley locations, but the most likely scenario is seeing a little more coverage moving into western Wyoming. And as we go through time, you'll notice that ridge builds along the coast, and it starts to shift inland, and when it gets closer to us, that's when we'll start to see the temperatures really warming up. But you do see that by Thursday, this is the faster pattern. By Thursday is when the pattern change takes place. It could potentially hold off until Friday. And this is the type of pattern, especially if it's been dry for a few days, we could see a pretty quick shift in the winds and an increase in showers and thunderstorms across the area. So something we'll be keeping an eye on by the time we get to the end part of next week. So looking back at what we're going to see temperature-wise, temperatures for today will be coming up a bit. We'll see plenty of 70s at lower elevations. Island Park 63 degrees, Stanley Basin right around 65 to 70 degrees as well. And in the morning, it will be chilly in some locations. We escaped widespread frost this morning. It's chilly in some spots, but there's enough wind, and definitely the air is just too dry to get a lot of frost going this morning. Few pockets will see it, but nothing widespread, it looks like, at this time. As we go into tomorrow afternoon, we're going to be hitting 75 to 80 from Pocatello back to the west into the Magic and Treasure Valleys. 67 in Island Park, Chalice, Stanley in the low to mid 70s as well. And those temperatures just continue to start climbing as we go into Monday. We're going to see temperatures hitting the mid 70s to mid 80s at our lowest elevations. 79 in Park, mid-70s in the Stanley Basin. Going into Tuesday, you can see temperatures are quite a bit warmer. Even Stanley, Chalice, Salmon hitting into the 80s. We're talking almost 90 degrees once you get to Shoshone, Jerome, and Twin Falls. And that trend continues into Wednesday. There are some 90s popping into our area. And this might be on the high end of how warm we're going to get Wednesday into Thursday. But we're still going to be heading towards record territory by this point. Even if we shave a couple degrees off of that, we're going to be getting close to some record highs for that time of year, the first part of June, if this trend continues to hold for our temperatures. Like I said, it's going to be mostly dry. Those storms tomorrow along the Wyoming border, the trend is going down. They may not even, by the time we get to the forecast tomorrow, that chance may be gone, or it's so small it just have something to keep an eye on. You see a developing cloud might turn into a thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise, high pressure, and it's going to look like we're going to see some 90s by the time we get to the middle of part of next week before the next pattern change occurs. Have a great day. Have a great holiday weekend, and please stay safe out there, everyone.